Welcome back, class. Now, I know the French get a bit of a bad rap, but today we're going to look at 5 ways the French influenced early America and helped create the nation that you know today. And to help me, let me introduce you to Duffy! Number 1. The French and Indian War. How can a war with France be a positive? Well, the French and Indian War, aka the 7 Years' War, aka George Washington's origin story, set the revolution in motion. No war equals no English and colonial victory, no Treaty of Paris featuring France giving up North American land, no proclamation of 1763 telling English colonists that they can't settle in the newly won land, no colonies getting battle-tested, no colonies beginning to unite, no war debt, no end to salutary neglect, and no new taxes and the resistance to them. The French and Indian War, a prequel that doesn't suck. Unless you're French, or certainly if you're Indian. Number 2, the French military. Yeah, I know that kind of sounds like an oxymoron, but if it wasn't for the French, us Americans would still be spelling gray with an E and calling an elevator a go-up box. France hated England because that's what those two do, like cats and dogs. Swayed by Enlightenment thought, the dashing and charismatic Ben Franklin, so dreamy, and a sweet American victory at Saratoga, the French spent $1.3 billion in the form of ships and munitions and soldiers and cold-hard revolvers. General Rochambeau was there for Cornwallis' surrender, and General Lafayette was totally BFFs with George Washington during the war. And the decision to help the new country certainly paid off, as evident by the crippling costs that contributed to the French Revolution and U.S. neutrality during the French Revolutionary Wars. Suckers! Number 3, Baron Montesquieu. 1748, in his Spirit of the Laws, old French Enlightenment thinker Baron Montesquieu wrote, "In every government there are 3 sorts of powers. When the legislative and executive power are united in the same person, there can be no liberty, because apprehensions may arise lest the monarchy or senate should enact tyrannical laws. Again, there is no liberty if the power of judging not be separated from the legislative and executive powers. Were it joined with the legislative, the life and liberty of the subject would be exposed to arbitrary control, for the judge would be the legislator. Were it joined with the executive power, the judge might behave with all the violence of an oppressor." What's that mean? Separation of power! After the beta version of America, the Articles of Confederation, well, after they failed, these ideas were lifted to create 3 branches we know today. The judicial, the executive, and the legislative. Yeah, the Founding Fathers plagiarized more than you did on last year's global research paper. Yes, you did. I know Wikipedia when I see it. Number 4, the Louisiana Purchase. So in the early 1800s, France was kicking butt, taking names, and reacquiring land in North America. Napoleon was thinking, maybe it would be nice to have a vacation empire across the Atlantic. But after some military challenges, started to have second thoughts. Yes? And President Thomas Jefferson, well, he didn't like the idea of having the little corporal as his neighbor and controller of the port city of New Orleans. So he sent James Monroe and Robert R. Livingston to kick the tires and see if France might sell the Big Easy. What they were offered? The entire Louisiana territory, from Mississippi River to Rocky Mountains, for $15 million or $236 million. Put it this way, the U.S. doubled in size for the cost of the Dodgers' 2014 payroll. Yes, Jefferson was conflicted over the deal. On one shoulder, he had a little angel saying, "The Constitution doesn't give you the power to do that, and you're not consulting Congress." And on the other shoulder, a devil telling him, "Don't be a flippin' moron, buy the land!" And number 5, Basset Hounds. As the story goes, George Washington loved him some hunting, and his aforementioned BFF, General Lafayette, knew this. He also knew that next to bloodhounds, these French basset hounds had the best accuracy of nose around. So it's said that Lafayette gave his wartime chum a pair of basset hounds and thus introduced them to America. Is that story true? I don't know, but I want to believe it's true. And I want to believe he did it for Washington's half birthday, and then they made friendship bracelets. So there you have it, 5 French influences on early America. Which one do you think was most important? Be sure to tell me in the comments. Also be sure to like, share, and subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter at Mr. Betts Class. Follow Duffy at Duffy Betts. Be safe, and I'll see you next time.